Right, this is Click and Collect, just for you, Richard. Right, the story behind Click and Collect got an email from Hillsborough Golf Club to say they were doing a Click and Collect scheme. And the way it operates there is they don't have a shop, Hillsborough, but they are part of a buying group. And they have two websites where people can go and look at what they want to buy. And they examine what they want to buy and then send an email to the shop. So what I want to do for Hillsborough is more along the lines of what they do for Curry's. Now I've got a Henry Hoover experience where I bought a Henry Hoover the other day. I went to Curry's to do their Click and Collect, and this is how it happened. Went to Curry's, went to the door, knocked on the door, man opened it, said we're Click and Collect. We said, if we do a transaction from the car park today, can we buy a Henry Hoover? He said yes. Went back to the car, on the phone, searched for Curry's, found a Henry Hoover. Went through the transaction. Selected Henry Hoover for the shopping basket. Then we clicked to make the purchase. We had to put in our name, our email address, our postcode, the first line of our address. We had an auto fill in for the first line of the address, which is good. You see that on many sites now where you put the postcode in and it comes up with the lines of the addresses. So that's a nice feature that I'd like you to look at. If we can do first line address autofill. Then it asks for the products. You already click the product. It asks for your bank details. And your email address. Asks for your email address. And then the bank details. Now for Click and Collect for the golf shops, we don't want to be putting the bank details in. They'll purchase it when they actually come to buy to collect the items from the golf club. But we don't need the banking transaction. And that's it, Richard. Basically, that is Click and Collect. But we need a back office function and we need a front office function. We need a registration of golf clubs who are going to use Click and Collect. So we need a registration page for golfers to click so golf clubs can enter their email address. Oh, sorry, back to Curry's. The Curry's transaction, they asked you which shop that you wanted to do the transaction for. And we want to do that for the golf club. We want to say which golf club you want to do the transaction for, which will mean that the golf club will have to register to the golf hub with their email address. So that's probably the biggest part of the processing, the registration process for the email address. Right. Now how do the transactions look? There'll have to be a transaction Click and Collect, which goes to a page which says, do you want to order or do you want to go to the back office? So order is simple for the customer, where like I said, the Curry transaction with the customer name, etc. And that creates a purchase order. The Curry's transaction, once it's gone through, generates an email that comes back to the phone to say that the order has been placed. And at Curry's, we went to the shop, and the man came to the door. He'd already selected the Henry Hoover, and he had a piece of paper. So it generated an email to the shop, and he printed something, whether it was a dispatch note or what, I don't know. We had a piece of paper to cover the transaction, and he provided us with the Henry Hoover. So there was an email to the shop and an email to the customer. And that's what we want to do. When we place a purchase order, we want to do an email to the shop. Right, when the shop's acknowledged the purchase order, we want a back office function where we can go into the purchase orders and the shop can acknowledge the service order, the purchase order, and send an email back to the customer to say that the order has been acknowledged. Right. The shop then needs to look if the purchase orders can be satisfied, if they've got the stuff in stock already. If they have, then there needs to be a transaction that sends to the customer an email to say the items are ready for collection. Okay? It may be that there's multiple items been selected and there are shortages. So in that case, the email should say you have items 1, 2, 3 ready for collection, but items 4, 5 and 6 are on order. And we have to then place an order with the supplier. So there has to be a transaction to place an order with the supplier. So the order is placed and we're waiting. Now it may be a week or so, so we may want some inquiries on the system to do outstanding purchase orders so we can check what's going on. Outstanding purchase orders by customer. It may be that the customer has done another purchase order, so you've got a second purchase order as well as the first one, and it may be he has shortages as well. So you can have the situation where a customer has got a shortage of 2 purchase orders. So when we get the delivery in from the supplier, which has many things, we might be able to satisfy all the customer's requirements. So we want to go in by that customer and satisfy his shortages, his first purchase order and his second purchase order. Right. That is about it, Richard. That's only taken me 7 minutes to dictate. Right. So it's inquiries by, I think I've got it noted down somewhere. I think there's about 8 transactions. But I think I'll let you come up with what's required, Richard. Use your brain, use your imagination, rather than me dictate to you what you want. It's a simple case. It's a purchase. It's a purchase order. It's a click and collect. Put your ideas down, Richard. See what you think it should be. Don't let me hold you back by not giving you a specification. Well, that's the key to it, that the bank details are not given and the actual monetary transaction is done when the customer collects the item from the shop. Right. I'll put this on a day in the life again. It's slept through today. It's 1 o'clock. I had a bad night's sleep thinking about this, Richard. I was up and down all night. But I got my head down I got up for breakfast this morning, had my breakfast, had my shower, went back to bed, and I've just got up now and it's late. So the course is going not too bad. I passed my first part of my exam for my badge. I had 15 questions I had to answer, and I got more than 50%, so I'm on track for getting a badge for the Open University. Seem to be absorbing a little bit more. Over halfway through the course now, so I'm going to concentrate on that now. I'm going to do the course now. I'm going to switch this a day in the life off and post this on Richard Gilbert Infonet, which I've sent you an email about. Right. Okay, Richard. Good luck. Keep me posted. Let me see a site under construction as soon as you can. And if I see a site under construction, then I might do some prototyping and we can compare notes with what transactions we've got. But I'm not going to do any prototyping until I see the site under construction. Right.